Welcome back, football fans. It is the morning after the NFL opener. We had the Ravens and Chiefs. Ravens falling quite literally inches short of toppling the reigning, defending Kansas City Chiefs. We have some questions we're going to go through and we're going to answer, starting with the Baltimore Ravens. Y'all feel free to answer with your opinion down in the comments. What was your overall takeaway from this game? A positive and negative for the Baltimore Ravens. Well, a positive is Lamar Jackson is going to be Lamar Jackson. He's going to be that game-changing quarterback. May it be for the best or the worst. Now, I felt like he regressed passing last night. I don't know if he regressed passing or if the wide receivers could not just get open. I do not know why Baltimore refuses to go get him wide receiver help. I'm not saying Zay Flowers is terrible, but when Rashad Bateman is your wide receiver too, that is not a good sign. And I say wide receiver too. We know who the real wide receiver too over in Baltimore is, but we'll get to that. Derrick Henry got 13 touches last night. Should he have got more? Do we think they used him right in the game? Do we think he got to his full potential last night? Derrick Henry, let's look at the stats. 13 attempts, 46 yards, averaging 3.5 a carry. His longest run was 9 yards, and he had a touchdown. This is how I felt the Ravens were going to use Derrick Henry. A lot of people thought it was a massive, massive signing. King Henry's going to the Ravens. He's not going to be that bell cow guy over there. They're going to have passing backs in there. Well, receiving backs in there a lot. I feel like Derrick Henry is going to be kind of preserved through the year. I think the times of seeing Derrick Henry touch the ball 10, 20, 25 times a game is absolutely over. I think he's going to be used on third down. I think he's going to be used on fourth down. I've said before, I think the Ravens will be the most fourth down converted team in the league. And we saw them when they were rolling the dice on fourth down last night. Now, did it pay off? Some would say no. But I think the Derrick Henry usage was good. I think he's got to get back in the swing of things. 3.5, not really great. Now, as the year goes on, we know King Henry wakes up and he starts taking over. I think this Baltimore Ravens team is going to get nothing but better. And I realized we didn't answer a negative on the Ravens part of the game. A negative, I would say, I guess I did kind of answer it. The wide receiver core, they really just didn't do amazing last night. And when I say wide receiver core, I'm not talking about the tight end room. Like I said, we'll get to that. Next, let's talk about Lamar Jackson stats. Did Lamar look good last night or did he look bad? We had 26 completions, 41 attempts, 63 completion percentage, 273 yards, a touchdown, and a 96 QBR. When you see Lamar Jackson out there, it is like watching no other quarterback in the NFL. He gets any pressure and he's out of the pocket. And how much did he rush for last night? It was insane. 122 yards. So what is that? 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Almost 400 total offensive yards. Lamar Jackson is not the problem on this team. People give him hate. He's a running back. I feel like he was a little too twitchy last night. I feel like he ran a little bit too much. But I also have not been able to go back and break down where the wide receivers running good routes. Were they getting open? Were they clamped? And we're going to get to his number one wide receiver with this next question. Likely has arrived. 9 receptions. Let's get this right. 9 receptions, 111 yards, 12 yards average, a 49-yard touchdown. I said before the year started, I think I said at the end of last year, and definitely in training camp, Isaiah Likely is going to get his touches in this scheme. They're going to put him at wideout if they need to. They're going to run double tight if they need to. I think Isaiah Likely is poised for multiple games like this season. He's an absolute freak athlete. He's massive. You can put him on the outside. You can put him on the inside. You might be able to let him take the ball out of the backfield, how big he is. It's absolutely insane. I think he's going to be a premier tight end in this league. In last night's game, he was inches short of 2 touchdowns and one of the best touchdown catches of the season week 1. I mean, quite literally inches short. Like Patrick Mahomes said, next time, wear white cleats. What does this mean for Mark Andrews? This is our last question on the Ravens topic. I think Mark Andrews just started a little slow. I think the offensive coordinator is going to have to scheme up some better plays. I feel like you can absolutely tell the offense took a massive, massive step back. A massive step back. I think they're going to have to get it together. I think that Mark Andrews is going to thrive once they realize how to use him and Isaiah Likely at the same time. And this team is going to be very, very scary once they get that. Once they get Lamar, Isaiah Likely, Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers, once they get all of them rolling, this is going to be a scary, scary football team. And that will end our Ravens part of the topic. Let's get into our Kansas City Chiefs questions. Positives and negatives. What are our takeaways from the Kansas City Chiefs side of the ball? Positive, Patrick Mahomes is absolutely the best quarterback to ever do it. And I'm going to say that wholeheartedly. Love Tom Brady. That's a whole nother topic, though. We're not going to get into that. That's going to be that debate could be a whole 20-minute video all by itself. The Chiefs have not taken a step back. They came out and they absolutely dominated both sides of the ball. Now, what is the negative for this team? It's really hard to find one. Probably the O-line. They had some stupid mistakes last night. You know how the O-line in Kansas City is. They're going to tighten it up by the end of the year. Next, let's talk about Xavier Worthy's first game. Might I say it? Tyreek Hill-esque. Hey, y'all don't attack me in the comments. I mean, but he was out there looking amazing. He's absolutely here to stay. He's arrived, and he's going to get nothing but better, especially when Hollywood Brown is back and healthy. Rashee Rice, by the way, took over 100 receiving. What was it exactly? Let's get over to the Chiefs. Where is it? Receiving. By the way, Patrick Mahomes does it all. Patrick Mahomes does it all. Rashee Rice, 7 receptions, 103 yards, 14 yards average, 33-yard long catch. Should he be in jail? I don't know. 8 felonies is kind of crazy. We're going to let him ball out this year. Maybe he gets another ring and gets suspended next year. We'll see. Quiet night for the Swifties and my boy Travis Kelce. But the takeaway from that is it takes a village to beat the Baltimore Ravens. And what I mean by that, it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys, 8 different guys to touch the ball in the wide receiver core. 8 different guys. Noah Gray, 37 yards. Patrick Mahomes, 2 yards. That's still an insane play. Justin Watson, 25 yards. Travis Kelce, 34 yards. Samaje Perine, 10 yards. Xavier Worthy, 47. Rashee Rice, 103. Isaiah Pacheco, 33. Isaiah Pacheco, a night, by the way. 33 receiving, and then what was his rushing? I think a little 45 on 15 attempts. I expected a lot more running at the beginning of that game just because the weather. It didn't pan out. Both defensive lines are insane. Pierce, for the Baltimore Ravens, was giving Vince Wilfork vibes last night. That's a big man. That's a lot of beef up the middle of the defensive line. That's a big boy, and he moves fast. He moves fast. That's gonna be a good player to watch. Last but not least, the defense for the Chiefs was looking great. I think one of the questions going into the year was, were they going to be okay without Sneed? And I had been saying since they traded him, if they're letting Sneed go, there's a guy behind him that they think can do just as good of a job, and they don't have to pay as much. So that is our takeaways from the Baltimore and the Kansas City Chiefs game. I think it was an amazing way to start the year. Photo finish. Wouldn't want it any other way other than them getting a touchdown there. Some overtime, game 1. Would have been absolutely insane. But you know what it is? It is on to Green Bay and the Philadelphia Eagles tonight. Y'all let me know who y'all think wins that game down in the comments. Don't forget, like and follow.